really high-level game. I thought both teams, I hope people that came appreciated how hard both teams played. I thought that Buffalo's kids really competed, were physical, and, I thought our guys really laid it on the line and, found a way to give us a chance there at the end of the game and defended. And, coming off of last week, obviously, with the 2 wins on the road where we had a couple great offensive performances, I didn't necessarily think our defense was where it needed to be. And I thought today we defended significantly better than we did last week in the 2 road wins. Unfortunately, offensively, from a production standpoint, an efficiency standpoint, we didn't make enough of our shots. Now, part of that's Buffalo, I thought, really defended well. Part of it is making shots, and part of it is we got to look to see what we can do to continue to execute better and continue to put them in better position to make the plays we need them to make. But, if you'd have told me before the game that we were going to hold them to 39% field goal shooting and we were going to turn them over 20 times, I would have taken that every time and twice on Sunday. Unfortunately, I didn't anticipate us shooting 36% from the field. We haven't done that in a while. And obviously today we did. So just didn't make enough shots at the end of the day. And, our focus on taking care of the ball was a big thing on offense. We had 12 turnovers for the game against a team that is among the conference and nation's best at forcing turnovers. And so we did a good job there. We just, like I said, just didn't make enough shots. Our efficiency on offense wasn't good enough to win.
What about the battle on the glass? They got you by 21 rebounds.
Yeah, I look at percentages more than anything, and even with percentages, it's not quite as bad as that, but still not good, George, Because we had 40 opportunities, right? We got 23 out of 40. That's – you're a smart guy, George. What is that, 50 to 55%, somewhere in there? That's not good enough. Now in the first half, they had 11 of them, I think, George, and 26 opportunities. They were kicking our tail on the backboard. I thought we were a little bit better in the second half with it, but you're right. That's another area. I thought the second chance opportunities. Now, they turned them in, I think, to 9 points, and to 8, and we turned ours into 9, so we were actually +1 on second chance points. But still, we got to obviously do a better job on the backboard. You're right. That's not the percentage we're looking for, but they had 35 defensive rebounds in the game, which I think is indicative of how well they played defensively, our lack of shot making, and then we've got to do a better job of executing and putting guys in position to make plays.
Barry, now, is there any chance they were looking ahead till Friday?
No chance, just because they've, we've had Buffalo's been Buffalo for the last 5 years. They've won it, and our guys were excited to play against them. We had a great crowd again today. Our fans were great, and another high-level game. I hate it because I want to, for community and university fans, it'd be great to, win today because we had a great environment. But we played well. We did some good things, man. We played really well defensively and really did a pretty good job against their pressure of taking care of the ball. Again, just you pointed out the rebounding, George, which, really only produced a +1 point advantage for us, to be honest, even though it wasn't great. But, again, I think the biggest reason, why did we get beat? We just didn't make enough shots. Our offensive efficiency wasn't what we had been accustomed to seeing here lately.
What do you tell them going into Kent at this point?
A new game. I told them that we're not going to – we've always talked about we're not going to get dysfunctional or panic when we get beat or something doesn't go our way. And, we're not going to run around and act like we're a bunch of rock stars when things are going our way either. We're going to stay in the middle, and, we'll do that again tomorrow, take care of their bodies, make sure we're ready to go and compete on Friday night. The rivalry game's fun. They enjoy competing in it. I know Kent's guys do as well. And we know that we're going to get their best shot. We got to make sure that we give them our best shot and that we're ready to go.
What do you look for in that game?
It's very similar to tonight. Physicality, and physicality. And I think it'll be really competitive, and guys will get after it, and both sides, the desire and the will to win by both teams, I anticipate being very high. So, come down to shot making. A lot of times it does in those games, who's making shots and who executes, and who plays the best on that night, obviously. You know, but give Buffalo credit. You know, today, you know, they made a couple more plays than we did, and give the kid credit at the end of the game. I mean, makes a big shot for them, man. He's shooting 27% on the year, and you know, he buried it. So good, you know, good shot by him, and give the kid credit.
Was it their defense or just your guys missing shots?
I think it's both. Yeah, I think it was both. I thought they did a nice job of being disruptive and really getting into the ball, and that's what they do, though. It's not like they just did it to us. Like, that's how they play. You know, I thought they really, really competed and had a lot of energy on the ball and made it difficult for us to get at places at times. And, you know, we've got to, you know, we got to be a little bit better. I thought we were a little loose with the ball. I've got a high bar for X and Christian, and those guys had all 8 turnovers at halftime. Now, we cleaned up the second half. You'd say, hey, you're going to play the second half with 4. You taking that? Absolutely. It's great, you know. But we, again, I think it was a combination, George, of their defense, us not making shots, and our execution needing to be a little bit better.
Is it surprising that the previous 3 games you shot better than 50% as a team in those games?
Yeah.
Is it shock? I know
Wow.
baseball is a fun game.
You know, I said what I'll say is this, like, we shot really well the last 3 games, and you're mentioning the numbers. Did I think we were going to shoot 36% tonight? No. Am I foolish enough to think as a coach with, you know, 10 to 15 games left in the season, hopefully is what everybody wants, right, that we're going to continue to shoot the percentage that we did the last 3 games the rest of the season? I'm probably not betting on that, which is why I've been on this kick about our defense. And so, again, if you'd have told me that we had these defensive numbers tonight and you'd have said, do you think you won or lost if I give you those numbers? I'd have told you we won for sure. You know, and not because I think we would shoot 58 from 3 or 60 on 2s like we've been doing, but because we would have shot better than 36%. I would have banked on that. We didn't. Give Buffalo credit. Their defense was good, and, you know, we need to be better at shot making, better at execution.
Coach, do you take any solace in the fact that throughout the season, you know, beginning to now, anytime you've been tested, you know, West Virginia, they started going a little bit of a run. You guys hang in there. The last couple of home games tonight, you know, fall behind, you sort of battle back, fall behind again, battle back in.
Yeah, no, we've got that type of team, man. These guys are, you know, when you like your team, you really like your team when you still like them to the level I like them after a loss. That's when you know you really like your team. You know, I love my team. We just didn't make enough plays tonight, make enough shots, and, you know, we'll get it figured out and see if we can play a little bit better on Friday night on the offensive end.